Welcome to the final episode of Leatherneck Insider. I'm Kobe Blackmon.
And I'm Luke Little. We're kicking things off with this week's TSSR Game Time Live Athlete of the Semester. My partner Kobe Blackmon got a chance to speak with this semester's winner.
Welcome back to another segment of TSSR Game Time Live Athlete of the Week. This time I'm with Liam Gailey for the Athlete of the Semester. Liam, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And starting off with question one, season's wrapped up. You had a lot of time to digest it. You're out there 4 years. How was this season, and how was your whole season as a Leatherneck?
Really good. I think my junior year and my senior year, I definitely took my game to a higher level, and I tried to help my team with goals all the time. So I think this season especially I've contributed a lot, and yeah, so I think I did a good job.
Yeah, and Dr. Eric Johnson has announced his retirement over 20 years here as a Leatherneck. How has it helped you throughout this program?
I think one thing about Eric is that he's always hard on us, and I think that has helped me as a player to develop, especially coming in as a freshman and then finishing my season here as a senior. So I think him being hard on me, and yeah, that just helped me develop my game.
Yeah, you talk about coming as a freshman, 4 years in this program. Did you feel like you left anything on the pitch?
I think I always tried to be positive, always trying to work hard, and I always try to play with passion. And I think my teammates will say that about me as well. So I just hope that that's what I left on the field.
All right, fun question here. You get 10 shots, and you're at that 12-yard, wherever you want the ball.
Right.
I'm the goalie. Do you think you score every time on me?
If it's 12 yards, for sure. 18 yards, you might say one, but I'm pretty confident I'm still going to make all of them. Yeah.
All right, we may have to see that one time. All right, thank you, Liam, for your time. I'm Kobe Blackmon, reporter from Leatherneck Insider.
A huge congratulations to Liam Gainey and the men's soccer team this season.
Heading over to the football field for some football highlights from the last game of the season. Western Illinois came into this game with a 3-8 record and will look to get one more win to end off the season on the road against the 7-4 running Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb. We start off this conference game on the offensive side of the ball, still scoreless toward the end of the first with the Leathernecks at around the 50-yard line. Carswell in a shotgun finds Brandon Lanier wide open in the middle of the field. He managed to outrun the defenders to take it all the way for the Leathernecks' first touchdown of the game. Moving into the second quarter of play on the defense, now in a crucial 4th-and-1 situation, the Leathernecks will line up for a blitz and attack the quarterback with full force, and Christian Pierce is able to make the sack to force the turnover on downs. Later on in the second, now in the red zone, Carswell keeps it simple and finds Alex Williams for the Leathernecks' second touchdown of the game, regaining the lead into halftime. We rejoin the Leathernecks early into the third quarter on the 1-yard line as Carswell keeps it and pushes his way through the Bulldogs for another Leatherneck touchdown, making it a 2-score game. Later on in the third, still on offense, Carswell makes an off-balance pass towards Cam Erwitz, who makes the catch in the red zone but isn't quite able to break it into the end zone. However, on the play immediately after, Carswell finds the ball, hands the ball off to Markel Holman, who punches it in for the Leathernecks' 4th touchdown in game and making it a 3-score game. Fourth quarter of play, Bulldogs have started to make a comeback. The Leathernecks are desperate and need a defensive stop. Bulldogs quarterback Cole Pennington steps back to pass and fires one over the middle, and it is intercepted by Esteban Gilroy, giving the Leathernecks the ball back and allowing them to run most of the clock off. With that being said, the Bulldogs find their way into the red zone with 7 seconds to go. Pennington makes a quick pass but ends up getting stopped by the Leatherneck defense to seal the game away for the Leathernecks. This advances the Leathernecks to 4-8 on the season, 3-5 in conference. Meanwhile, the running Bulldogs fall to 5-3 in conference, 7-5 in overall. The Leathernecks finish off the year 7th in Ohio Valley Conference.
The Western Illinois football team matched their last season wins total with those 4 wins, which again ties for the most in a season for Western since 2018. This season, the Leathernecks were led by some great all-conference talent, with 4 players being named to all-conference teams and 2 honorable mentions. The first team honors went to junior running back Markel Holman, who eclipsed 1,000 rushing yards for the first time in his collegiate career, and the captain senior linebacker Christian Pierce. The Leathernecks' 2 second-team all-conference players were wide receiver Damari Davis, who was top 5 in the OVC Big South in receiving yards, and tight end Alex Williams, And 2 honorable mentions were senior lineman and captain Dagan Miller and freshman linebacker Justin Baker. The Leathernecks had 23 graduating seniors, but had some great showings from some freshmen this season, like Kason Carswell, Justin Baker, and Don Paul Keith. We can't wait to see what this team has in store for us in the future.
Stick around, we'll be right back with some more coming from Western Hall with the women's basketball and an update on the volleyball team.
Your vision.
My goal is to work at a top 100 television station as a reporter, anchor, and a producer.
Our mission.
Thanks to Western, I have a resume that would beat out most students from the top journalism schools in the country.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Welcome back to Leatherneck Insider. We bring you to the Western Illinois women's basketball team where they faced off against the St. Francis Fighting Saints at Western Hall on Thursday.
Kids Day in Macomb earlier today. The Leathernecks take on the undefeated Fighting Saints of St. Francis. The Leathernecks will set the tone early by shattering the attendance record at 3,106.7. Yeah, 6'7" was a big part of the morning. We'll get to that a little bit later. Mina Castro will lead the way with 32 points and 18 rebounds. And Castro is the only player in the nation with 2 30-point, 15-rebound games. The Leathernecks would look back as 3 scores would be in double figures and dominated on glass with 57 total rebounds. And once again, 6'7", Addie Brownfield knocked her down that 3 to put the Leathernecks up 67. The Leathernecks will move to 5-1 on the season and will head to Drake Sunday. I'm Cody Blackmon.
The Leathernecks would get the win 90-55 and improve to 5-1 on the season, with their only loss coming to 12th-ranked Iowa. The team heads over to Des Moines, Iowa for a huge game against the Drake Bulldogs.
WIU women's volleyball superstar Kiana Cruz earned a spot on the OVC first team while also making WIU history with the second most kills in program history. Leatherneck Insider reporter Patrick Cummings has more.
The WIU women's volleyball team concluded their season on Wednesday, November 19th against Southern Indiana. Although the season is over, Kiana Cruz picked up a couple milestones and accomplishments to add to her resume. I had the opportunity to speak with her about what it feels like to earn a spot in the OVC first team and now be second all-time in kills.
It was definitely nice to receive the honor again. It kind of just showed me that I'm being consistent and working hard both on and off the court, and that not only does Western recognize that, but also the conference as a whole. So.
Cruz was then asked on her feelings of being now second all-time in kills.
Definitely pretty awesome. I told my parents whatever school I transferred to, I wanted to definitely leave a legacy here. And I think that I definitely have contributed that in my time here in the past 3 years, so that was very exciting.
Cruz then shared the lessons she's learned over the season.
I think one of the biggest ones was more of that off-the-court aspect of, in order to lead, sometimes you have to step out of your own comfort zone to try to get people to see the path that, or ride the bus that everyone should be on, is how we would quote it with this book that we read. But it was definitely just stepping outside of my comfort zone, getting other people to step outside of their comfort zone to kind of see the bigger vision.
This is Patrick Cummings, reporter from Leatherneck Insider.
Thanks, Patrick, and congratulations to Kiana Cruz on her accomplishments.
Keeping it with the WIU volleyball team, the director of athletics, Paul Bubb, announced earlier this week that the volleyball head coach, Dale Starr, would not be returning for next year. Starr spent 4 seasons with the team, including last year, where the program saw the most wins in nearly 20 seasons, as well as tied for the most conference wins in program history. The team finished 7-24 this season and missed the conference tournament. We're not done just yet. When we come back, we'll head back for some more on WIU volleyball and bring you some updates on the newest WIU sport.
And we bring you some local news from Macomb High. See you there.
Taking me home.
Here, I engineer the future.
Taking me home. Bring me back.
Here, I have countless opportunities.
Taking me home. do research.
Right here at Western.
Not W.
It's not W, it's W. 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 That's what I've been stressing out about the most so far. It's saying W because I know it's something you're going to say there. Yeah, we've been ready.
They're like, we're waiting on, what are we waiting on?
They haven't said it. We're ready to go. We can start. Hello, everyone. I'm Will Thomas.
And I'm Dane Mackley. Welcome to this week's edition of Leatherneck Insider.
Welcome back to Salee Hall. Assistant volleyball coach Alex Becerra has accepted a position as a director of recruiting and program development lead with Iowa Select, a volleyball club based out of the Quad Cities. Becerra has served as an assistant coach and recruiting coordinator for the last 2 seasons here at Western. Congrats to Becerra and best of luck on the new role.
Leatherneck Insider reporter Glenn Novak got the chance to talk with the women's bowling coach Derek Sapp about how the freshman players have been performing and about how he wants the team to work on tournament play.
Head coach Derek Sapp of the women's bowling team had high praise for his freshman bowler Angela Steinke.
She's been great. She's actually had 2 top 20 finishes this year already on the individual, on the traditional games. As a freshman, it's never easy to come in any sport and perform. And not only has she done it, all 3 freshmen have done it. Come in and performed pretty admirably when when their name's been called, which is never easy to do. Not just being a brand new team, but them being brand new to college bowling and collegiate athletics. So they've all stepped up, and I've been very impressed with all 3 of them.
Coach Sapp also talked about what improvements he wants the team to work on going into the second half of the season.
Our communication in tournaments needs to be a little better. Obviously, spare shooting is always going to be a focal point. We've lost a lot of close matches, and part of that's sometimes you got to lose to learn how to win. So I'm going to use that as kind of a motivator, going forward, not just next semester, but in the next season as well, because most of these girls return. So I'm kind of using that as kind of motivation and to kind of show them that this is, why we lost, and this is what we got to do to turn that around and turn these close losses into wins.
I'm Glenn Novak, signing off from the Leatherneck Insider.
Thanks, Glenn. The Leatherneck continue their season in January when they go to compete in the Maryvale Saints Invite.
The Macomb High Bombers got an early celebration to their season thanks to head coach Jeremy Anderson. Anderson, who has been the head coach of the Macomb High Bombers boys basketball team since 2012, got his school record 226th win at Geneseo earlier this week, 63-52. Anderson passed the long-standing record held by Bill Haird, who had a total record of 225 wins and 118 losses as a head coach from 1952 to 1968. Another congratulations to Jeremy Anderson on this record. And Kobe, I just got to say, as somebody who played against him in high school and has gotten the chance to talk to him a lot afterwards, there's nobody that you'll meet that loves the game of basketball more or really cares about his players more. And it's just amazing the career he's had here at Macomb.
Yeah, you already said it's just an amazing thing to see him, and I'm sure he's not even close to being done. That record would just keep growing and growing. Well, that's all the time we have for today, but make sure you follow us on all of our socials at Insider WIU. I'm Kobe Blackmon.
For the last time, I'm Luke Little. Thank you very much for joining us with this semester, and have a great weekend, Macomb.